Yes. Word. You go, Taine. All right, we can take our position.
What's up, Drew? You need me to collect these? Oh, you're collecting them? Put my name.
Good luck.
Better not pull out.
That should be good. I guess me. Yeah. Perfect. That goes there. Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test.
Test, 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 test. Test, test, test.
Go again, Taine.
Test, test, test. Test, test, test.
That's good.
Test, test, test.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick. Can you ask him to get me lunch?
Test, 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 test. Ready? All right, everybody. We're going to get started now with Sam's Corner. I'm the person, Sam, who's talking right now. I am a member of the women's basketball team at the University of Virginia. I'm a graduate student I'm currently getting my master's degree in higher education, so I'll be graduating in May and then figuring out life after that. And then to my far right is my co-host, Antonio Clary.
How's everyone doing tonight? All right, so I'm a fifth year, rising sixth year here on the football team at UVA. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, long ways away. I graduated my master's last year in educational psychology. And yeah, spring's around the corner, spring ball's around the corner, so I'm excited for that. And I'm excited to get the show on the road tonight.
Yeah, we got a super exciting guest tonight, someone that I've been wanting to have on the show for a while now, Taine Murray from UVA men's basketball. Give it up for him. So before we start learning a little bit about Taine, I'm going to let Antonio tell you a little bit about Taine in a second. We have a few giveaways tonight, and what can people be looking forward to, Antonio?
All right, so some giveaways we have throughout the show tonight, courtesy of Timberwood. There will be two $25 food coupons. These will be drawn towards the end of the show. Also, in honor of Sam's favorite dish, Timberwood will be doing 50% off all wraps tonight. And at the finale of the season, Timberwood will be offering a grand prize gift card of $250. You can enter the running prize once, so the more you come out, the higher your chances are of winning.
The other two things that we have to give away tonight are also two of my student athlete limited edition grit coffee bags up here. It has my face on it. It's kind of cool. It's called the Brunel blend. So we have two of those to give away as well. And then a $25 Uptown Cheapskate gift card as well. So there's lots of opportunities for you to win. And probably one of my favorite parts of the show that we're going to get to in a second is trivia based on Taine Murray. And so basically what you can win for that is rowback gear. So good luck with that. It's a really fun thing to win. So we're going to get started with Antonio introducing Taine to you guys.
All right, guys. So Taine is a 6'5" junior, third-year guard, majoring in commerce. He is from Auckland, New Zealand. Parents are Carl and Cherie Murray. Has one sister named Houston, and he plays for the New Zealand national team. Give it up for Taine Murray.
So there's going to be a lot more you're going to learn about Taine tonight, but I was very limited in what I could say in his intro because a lot of it's on trivia, so I couldn't really say that much ahead of time. So you're going to learn a lot about him as we continue forward. And with that, we're going to go through trivia right now. I have a whole big stack of papers that you guys have turned in to me, and I don't know if anyone else is still working on it, but we're going to go through it right now and go through the questions, and then I'll be grading them while we do Would You Rather. All right, so question 1, Taine Murray edition, Sam's Corner Trivia. Taine is from New Zealand, but where was he actually born? Was it A, Singapore, B, Sydney, C, Melbourne, or D, Hong Kong?
All right, the second question is, what professional sport did Taine's dad play? A, basketball, B, rugby, C, baseball, or D, soccer?
Question 3, true or false? Taine is the youngest player to debut for the New Zealand national basketball team. Is it true or false?
Question 4, how many different countries has Taine been to? A, 15, B, 25, C, 20, or D, 10?
And question 5, what sport was Taine's first love? Is it A, rugby, B, basketball, C, soccer, or D, baseball? All right. Let's go on to some Would You Rather while I grade these trivias. And if you haven't turned it in already, you can turn them in up here and up front to me. So you got some time to turn those in if you haven't already. But I think most people have. I probably have 30 of these up here. So Good job, guys. This might be the best turnout for trivia, honestly. This is good. Impressive. All right. So kick it off, Antonio.
All right, Taine. So some Would You Rather questions. So first one is, would you rather get dunked on or get your ankles broken? Ankles broken as getting crossed up.
I'd probably have to say I'd rather get dunked on. Then I can probably blame it on one of my teammates for blown by on defense or something like that.
Yeah. I agree with you because I actually had this argument with a few of my teammates in our locker room, and they swore up and down that they'll rather get crossed on national TV than get dunked on. And I did not agree with them because I'd rather get dunked on because if you get dunked on, I mean, there's a 50-50 chance he'll make the shot. Just like if somebody hit a three-pointer in your face, like it's a 50-50 chance it'll go in. But at least you're going up and contesting the shot. But if you get crossed up, that's before he even takes a shot. So I feel like that's more embarrassing.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
all right, next one is: would you rather hit the game-winning three or defend the game-winning three?
I probably have to say I'd like to hit the game-winning three, but Coach Ben would probably want me to say hit the game-winning three.
You got one of your teammates over there laughing.
Yeah, he's actually my coach. My coach now.
Oh yeah.
Coach
Forgot
Coleman.
about
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
Coach Coleman.
Yeah.
We've been here for a while. Forgot that. All right, yeah, I'd rather hit the game-winning three for sure. Just to have all the eyes on you, taking the game-winning shot. Also, like defending. I mean, you might go out there and go against Kyrie Irving or something like that, having to stop him from hitting. So, but yeah, I'll definitely hit the game-winning three as well. All right. Would you rather go skydiving or zip lining over a crocodile bay?
Oh,
Perfect
perfect timing. 'Cause I'm
wait.
done grading. And I can
Skydiving is like just regular skydiving. You're not skydiving. So zip lining over a crocodile bay.
Fine.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Can you explain why you think that?
Um,
I'm just curious if it's like the same as me.
I'm a little like scared of heights, so I think
Oh,
that's kind of
okay.
maybe.
That's not my reason.
That's not
but
fair.
this is my reason because if you think about risks, you think about survival, you have a better chance of surviving falling into the water, flying ropes, and trying to escape crocodiles than you do if your parachute doesn't deploy in the air, falling thousands of feet to your doom. So, just saying, I think that's a pretty good answer.
Listen, I'd rather go skydiving with a professional and hoping that his parachute works before I go zip lining over a crocodile bay by myself. Something go wrong.
Well, what if there's a professional zip liner with you?
That's gonna be too much weight.
I mean, someone's got to watch you zip line from
That's
point A
gonna
to
be
point B.
that's gonna be too. Well, he can watch me all he wants. If I fall, it's over.
Not necessarily. Anyways, all right. Okay. Rather own a team or be the commissioner of an entire league?
That's a good question. I think I'd rather own a team, probably just to create more of a relationship with the players and kind of coaches. I feel like maybe if you own the league, you want to be able to kind of know everyone and such. But yeah, that's a good question.
I do own the team as well. I don't want to have to deal with all the other teams. I just want to have my own team and build my own organization.
I feel like you're able to be more creative when you own your own team.
Exactly.
Nope. Yeah. Okay. Because when you own your own team, you have creativity in trying to form a championship team. When you're a commissioner, it's just like rules, regulations, and all that jazz. So I think it's just more fun.
Too much on your plate.
It's more fun when you own a team.
Right. Too much stress. All right. Where's the next one?
The new
All
team.
right. Would you rather chew with your mouth open for the rest of your life or always put your phone calls on speaker on public transport? Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
100%.
Did you come up with that one today? That's a new one. I didn't put that on here.
You did put that on there. I didn't put that on there.
I didn't put it on there. So
That might have been on there. We've been on there. We just never
didn't get
talked
to
about
it.
it. We never talked about that one.
Okay, here's another good one. Would you rather go without toothpaste for the rest of your life or without shampoo for the rest of your life?
Probably without shampoo. I think your teeth's pretty
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Could deal with greasy hair. You can't deal with
Yeah.
bad breath and
Yeah.
everything else that comes with that.
I'll probably end up using body wash for my hair anyways.
Oh, creative. There you go. That's a way around that one.
Something. At least it'll smell good. All right. Would you rather splurge on shoes or clothes?
definitely shoes. Yeah, definitely shoes. Sneaky head, I'd say. So
Yeah. How many pair of shoes do you have?
I'm not sure. I kind of limited because I got shoes at home,
Yeah.
back in New Zealand, and then obviously here. So yeah, I do have. A few, so.
I can't really splurge on either because I don't know. I'm not big in buying too many shoes because then I don't know what to wear them to. And then clothes, I don't know. I just feel like I wear a select few of clothes every day, with UVA gear or just any athletic, comfortable clothes. So I don't know. If I go shopping on clothes, I'll be in the mall too long because I wouldn't know what to pick.
And that's my problem because I splurge on clothes all the time. And I online shop all the time, which is the bigger issue. My mom and dad are probably me saying that I spend my money on clothes all the time. But I like to think that I'm a sneakerhead. but I'm really not when I like look at the pairs I have because I've had most of them for a few years because my foot basically stopped growing in the 5th grade.
Wow.
So I think I might actually have one pair of shoes from then that still fit, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
But I think you can get more with your money when you splurge on clothes than shoes because like one pair of shoes can be equivalent to multiple outfits. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So I think that's my issue because I Nike and put shoes in my cart a lot.
I never bought.
Never buy them because it's so hard for me to say I'm going to spend almost $200 on a pair of shoes when I know I can go to my favorite clothing website and do the same thing but get multiple.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
all right, last would you rather, Taine? What'd she say? Oh,
Oh,
okay.
That's a sneakerhead over there.
Yep. All right. Last, would you rather? Would you rather smell like BO on, or would you rather smell BO on everyone else, or would you rather smell like BO but others can smell it?
Um,
Antonio put this on there.
yeah,
Just
this
gonna
is
put. I didn't come up with that question, but
probably neither, but
you gotta choose.
yeah. For selfish reasons, maybe I'd let everyone else smell me and just.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, I think
I'd
I
rather
don't
smell
know.
it.
I think I'd rather smell it too, because at least nobody can make
Yeah,
fun of me for
right.
smelling bad.
I also didn't come up with that. Somebody gave me the idea of that. I asked a friend any would you rather questions, and that came up in their mind, and I was like, all right, we'll
You just
use
thought
it.
it was that good. It
I
deserved
was
to be on the
like,
sheet.
I want to hear someone's answer, so let's do it.
So I have an important announcement.
What up?
We do have a winner for trivia, and this person got all 5 right.
Wow.
And I think it's initials. It's AY. Did anybody write AY on their trivia sheet? AY? I think it's AY. It's at the very bottom of the sheet. Oh, AJ, awesome. You won. You got all 5 right.
Wow.
AJ, Mr. Z right here. Hand up, Mr. Z. This guy right here at the bar. He'll hook you up with what you win. Awesome. Well, she got all 5 right. This was kind of a hard trivia, so we're gonna have Taine take you through. The answer keeps right here, but I'm
Okay.
sure you know your own answers. Just read the question and tell how much answers right.
Yep. Taine is from New Zealand, but where else was he born? Where was he born? Sorry. Yeah, I was actually born in Hong Kong, which was, I guess it kind of catches quite a few people every time I say that. But I guess kind of how that came about was my dad was a professional rugby player. And towards the end of his contract, he signed with a team in Hong Kong. And me and my sister were both born there and lived there for a few years before moving back to. Yeah, that one's a tough one to get. So.
And your answer number 2. What
Yep.
professional sport does your dad or did your dad play?
Yep.
Rugby.
Rugby player, yes.
Awesome.
Number 3, Taine is the youngest player that moved for the New Zealand national team. That's actually false. I was on enough to be the second youngest. That's a tricky question as well.
I knew I'd get people with that one.
How many different countries has Taine been to? The answer was 20. Yeah, being super blessed and fortunate to have had the ability, mainly through basketball, to kind of travel the world and play in so many different places. So, yep. And then, what sport was Taine's first love? That's rugby. Yeah, played rugby a lot throughout my childhood, especially under my dad's influence, and then kind of basketball later on. Yeah.
Well, there you go. There's a little bit about Taine, and congrats again, AJ, for winning trivia today. And so, speaking of your dad playing rugby, playing professionally, can you give us a little background on kind of his career, a glimpse, and then you were obviously born in Hong Kong, so kind of transition to you growing up a little bit in Hong Kong, and then kind of how you found your love for basketball through all this rugby.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad was obviously super talented from a young age and had a lot of success with rugby. I believe he played for 2 pretty big teams back home, and then he actually specialized in a form of rugby called sevens rugby, and that's where he was selected to represent New Zealand yeah, that's for those people who don't know, the New Zealand rugby team's called the Blacks, and they're famous. I guess it's a famous brand and name, which they have, and yeah, to be part of that culture for him, I think it was very special and like the peak of kind of his career. And then yeah, like I said, at the end of his career, he transitioned over to Hong Kong and played a little over there. And I guess that's when my dad started with me and my sister, and then yeah, kind of moved back home after I moved back to New Zealand when I was about 5 or 6 years old. So yeah.
That's awesome. And so rugby was your first love, and I think that kind of makes sense because your dad did it.
Yeah.
So what was it about basketball? What kind of got you into basketball and that turned into what you really love?
Yeah, it's I get asked it quite a lot, but I think that lots of my friends were playing basketball, especially when I changed schools when I was in middle school, and basketball was quite a big sport there. So kind of took it more serious in middle school, and then just loved playing with my friends. And I think yeah, just got kind of addicted to kind of getting better with basketball. Obviously, you can never kind of perfect basketball as such. I just really enjoy kind of having my own identity, and then yeah, just kind of yeah.
Awesome.
So what was it like going to those rugby games? Because like you said, the New Zealand All Blacks are one of the best organizations of all sports. So like, what was it like going to those?
Yeah, I actually wasn't alive yet when he was
Really?
representing New Zealand
Oh wow.
at the time. But yeah, towards the end of his career, I have lots of photos. Remember it vaguely, but being at his
Yeah.
games, yeah, obviously big arena, similar to American football, obviously
Right.
with the size of the arenas and like a physical contact sport.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty special to be able to watch him kind of finish out his career, and then just learning from the learnings that he had throughout being a professional athlete.
Because like I told you before the show, like my coaches talked about the New Zealand All Blacks a lot, like during team meetings, and we did like a whole research about them. And he had a book about it. And every team meeting, he would go through a chapter and just talk about like their habits, their routines, like how they go about training and stuff like that, and their way they like their mindset basically, and how they attacked everything. And yeah, that's pretty cool to hear that your dad played for the New Zealand All Blacks. That's huge.
Yeah, no, it's pretty special.
Do you think that you kind of learned or took anything away from your time with rugby and translated over to when you started to play basketball?
Yeah, I mean, the two complete different sports. If anyone's kind of watching
Right.
rugby, yeah, there's definitely aspects in terms of like coordination and timing and all those kind of different things. Yeah, obviously the physicality that comes with playing rugby, I guess, helps, especially maybe being undersized or in different positions where you're not as big as such. But yeah, definitely took a lot of things across from rugby.
Awesome.
You said you like you visit a lot of countries and you've been all over the world. So what was your recruitment process like coming out of high school, and like what made you choose UVA?
Yeah, that's a good question. I guess I kind of probably my junior year started to play AAU in America in the summer with my kind of team that I was on back home, and that was kind of when I first started my recruitment. Had some like low major and mid major schools reach out. I was building like a really strong relationship with them. I'd say probably a key point was I was fortunate enough to attend a camp in America, which was with the top international prospects, and after that, I started to see interest and offers from high major schools. Yeah, kind of where it took a turn was actually my recruitment was all done during COVID, so I
Wow.
wasn't able to visit any schools that I was being recruited by.
Yeah.
So it was all done on Zoom. So I never actually visited Charlottesville before I arrived. So that was
Wow.
a pretty big leap of faith for
Tough
myself and my
decision.
family. But yeah, ultimately it kind of came down to relationships. I wasn't really able to kind of visit physically, and I had a kind of a trainer and mentor back home who actually played for Coach Bennett's dad at
Okay.
Wisconsin. So when it kind of came down to it, we really trusted his assessment of Virginia, and obviously he trusts Coach Bennett. So I think that was a really big factor in me kind of deciding. Virginia. Yeah.
How'd those meetings go on Zoom?
Yeah, they were.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, it was tough. Tough. Yep.
And so we learned that you're also the second youngest player to debut for the New Zealand national team. Can you talk a little bit about how you got started working with or playing with the national team and kind of those experiences you've had with the team so far?
Yeah. Yeah, I was very fortunate. I had I think it was under 18 or under 19 national tournament back home. with my age group team, and then from there I was kind of taken by shock. But the acting coach invited me to be a part of one of their camps. And I was fortunate enough to be selected on the team and actually debuted against Canada, and the game was played in Australia. So that was only a few minutes, but Canada was a very talented team. So, yeah.
Awesome. If you could do, I always enjoy asking other athletes this because it's interesting to think about. So in our bubble as athletes and in our sport, but if you could choose something else to do besides basketball with your life, what would you do?
That's a good
Deep question.
Yep. I guess I'm studying commerce right now,
Okay.
and I've always kind of liked business and kind of keeping up to date with current affairs within business and stuff. I'd say that definitely getting into sports management is something that I probably have as a goal, kind of once the ball stops bouncing. Maybe something along those lines.
And going back to New Zealand a little bit, I should have asked this in the beginning, but growing up in New Zealand, like what were some fun things that you were able to do, like being in that country, like whether it's things with your family, things with your friends, what kind of things do you do for fun?
I'm not sure if anyone's visited New Zealand, but it's a beautiful place. Kind of similar landscape as such to Charlottesville, with different mountains, and, lots of outdoors. Yeah, it's obviously an island, so we're surrounded by the ocean, so lots of time spent at the beach, and Christmas is hot, summer, so
That's
Christmas at the
crazy.
beach.
That's
Yeah,
crazy, actually.
that's a big difference. Yeah, it doesn't snow back home. Although it's only snowed a few times since being here, but that's a big difference. And then, yeah, obviously, super proud sporting nation. So,
Yeah.
on sports as well.
Right. And so Antonio pointed out, you've been able to visit a bunch of different countries through playing basketball and with the national team. Has there been a country that's just been your absolute favorite to kind of see, to play in, anything like that?
That's tough. Obviously,
Especially with 20.
yeah, every country's been special and has something that really awesome to experience. I would say that we had like a stop up for a few days on the way to Europe and Dubai. That was amazing. That was nothing like I've
Wow.
ever experienced. Just the wealth and kind of the infrastructure that they had there was, unreal.
Super cool. And my last question for you is, being a student athlete, I think it's safe to say that we've all faced some type of adversity throughout our careers, whether it's injury, not performing as we'd like to, feeling like we failed or whatever it may be. Can you talk about one time, maybe in your college career that you've had to go through some type of adversity and what that is and how you were able to overcome it?
Yeah, for sure. That's what I've been kind of fortunate enough. Had too many injuries being here at Virginia. But I guess probably just struggling with playing time has been something that I've had to deal with, and then just tried to stay as positive and as motivated as I can. Just trusting in the coaching staff and just trying to make my teammates better and supporting them. But then it's been awesome to kind of have a bit more experience with playing time this year, and then hopefully trying to build on top of that.
And when can everyone look forward to watching you guys play again?
Yeah, we actually play on Wednesday. It's an away game at Boston College, and then that play at Duke. So
Awesome. We got Duke Thursday at Duke, so let's go get those Blue Devils.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, go ahead. Awesome. All right, so we're going to actually open up the floor now to you guys. If there's any questions that you would like to ask Taine personally, this is your time to shine. I always like to do this to get an opportunity to ask questions maybe we didn't get to. You got one, Gregory, or you turning in some slips? Okay. Do you have a question you want to ask, or are you just hanging out? You had a question the last time. Yeah, come on up.
Sure.
Come on up. How many years has Taine played basketball?
That's a great question. I'd say I've probably been playing basketball as such kind of since year 5, so like grade 4 or 5. But I hadn't really been taking it serious since I was in middle school. So I'd say probably about 10 years.
Good question. I don't know why we didn't ask that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Is there anybody else who wants to ask anything? Yes, Chase. Chase Coleman. What meal would he want to bring from home to the States?
That's a good question.
That's a great question, Chase. I would have to say there's a dessert called pavlova, and it's kind of hard to describe. It's like a cream and milk and sugar and everything kind of put together, and you have it with fruit, but it's very good. I highly recommend if anyone the pavlova. Yep.
There you go. Good question, Chase. Coach Chase. Coach Coleman.
Yeah,
Yes,
right there.
Nick. Favorite basketball of all time? Basketball player. Oh, who does he have? MJ or LeBron in the debate? Who's the GOAT?
I would say LeBron. Just
Oh no.
I've been able to kind of witness his career, but yeah, they obviously both
Dang.
amazing.
Dang. Who do you have in that debate, actually? You have LeBron?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I grew up watching LeBron. I didn't watch Jordan when I
It's called YouTube.
listen.
You can watch MJ anytime you want.
YouTube shows all the good stuff. But I'll just go with LeBron. What he's doing at this age right now is.
Picture what Michael Jordan would have done if he chose to play longer.
Hey, he did it though.
He was on the road to that.
He did it
to
though.
better than that.
Hey.
Hey, I'm Larry Bird all day, so we're gonna put Larry Bird in that conversation. All right. Any other? Oh, we do. You want to come on up? You can come on up. MJ haters up here.
I know MJ.
What is Taine's favorite food?
That's a great question. My favorite food would have to be like Japanese food, like chicken and rice, sushi. Yeah, that definitely have to be my favorite food. Yep.
Oh, that's so sweet. Awesome. Thank you for that question. All right. Is there any other questions? Anyone else want to ask a question? Yes. How is it for Taine to balance comm school with basketball? Life as a student athlete?
Yeah, it's definitely challenging for sure, but I think just utilizing the time that I have downtime to study and try and make the most. Obviously, super fortunate for the support with our academic coordinator and kind of the professors. Yeah, I haven't had a professor who hasn't been willing to kind of work with me. So being super fortunate with that, but yeah, it does get challenging at times for sure.
Awesome. Anybody? Oh, you have another one?
Nick with the questions.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Best Tony Bennett impression. That's a good one.
Yeah, I won't be doing that.
I know Chase has some good ones.
Yeah.
That's why he's laughing. Don't choke, Chase.
Best memory, I would say, with probably winning the regular season last year. Yeah, kind of everything that we've done. We obviously had foreign tour to Italy, something which was super special. Yeah, and just kind of being around all my teammates. Yeah.
Awesome. Any other questions? We have a couple up here too that returned in to us. All right. One question. We can all answer these questions, by the way. What are your favorite pro teams in all the sports? Baseball, basketball.
Want me to go first?
Sure. Go ahead.
All right. So my favorite NFL team is the Jacksonville Jaguars because that's my hometown team. Don't boo them, please. We're getting better. Huh?
Oh
yeah.
Worse.
Oh, you say Cowboys? Oh no. Nah, so it's the Jaguars for the NFL. MLB, I don't really have a I don't have an MLB team. I like watching baseball. I grew up a baseball fan. If I didn't play football, I'd actually be playing. I'd probably go the baseball route. But yeah, I don't have a favorite MLB team. NBA team, I don't have a favorite NBA team either. I like watching LeBron play. I like watching Steph play. AD fan. Um, and I was a huge Kobe fan as well. So yeah.
Fun fact: KD follows me on Instagram. Shout out KD.
Wow.
Superstar. But yeah, so those are my teams.
All right, Taine, how about you? They're right here if you forget. You can even say you got a
Yeah.
WNBA
Oh, yeah.
team you like, by the way.
Um,
Don't forget about the
yeah, you're right.
WNBA. Wow.
The Aces.
Oh, the
been going.
Aces is because they've
I
been
gotta,
winning.
Hey, listen, I'll hop on the bandwagon. I don't care.
Super team. All
Super
right.
team.
Caitlin Clark. All right,
Oh.
go ahead, Taine.
Yeah, NFL and baseball, I actually don't follow, so I can really give a favorite team for that. But NBA, I would say would be don't really have a favorite team, but I follow Steven Adams. He's from back home in New Zealand, so he's on the Grizzlies right now. And then WNBA, I'd have to say the team I wear Sabrina's.
Oh,
shoes
yes.
Right now, so,
Yes. That's a good one. I would say for me, I don't follow them that much, but I guess I've always been kind of a Washington Redskins Commanders
Wow.
fan. Yeah. Okay, that's a good response. Okay. Well, my dad likes the Detroit Lions and the Dolphins. The Dolphins did all right this year. I guess Detroit did too. Anyways, MLB wise, well, my dad used to play for the Phillies back in the day, so I like them, and I also like the Nats and the Orioles. My Midwest team is the White Sox. That's about it.
Why are you a White Sox fan?
That was just like the Chicago. I was at Notre Dame.
Oh,
Like that was the MLB games we could go to. Chicago was an hour and a half away, and so
nice.
I went to one White Sox game while I was there, and it was the closest to Notre Dame, so I guess that's
Yeah.
why. Cubs are cool, I guess, but you can't really like both, so I guess I go with the White Sox. I like the jerseys better; it goes with more things. Anyways, NBA wise, I like the Golden State Warriors because I like the way they play basketball, 3-point shooting, offense. As a 3-point shooter, I enjoy watching that type of thing. So, Steph Curry's great. I love Klay Thompson, so I go Golden State. WNBA, I loved watching the Washington Mystics play. My my favorite player for the NBA is Elena Deladon, and unfortunately she's taken a year off, but she's a heck of a player, and I've always looked up to her since I was young. So it works out as with the hometown team, I guess. So shout out to the Washington Mystics. But yeah, all right, cool. Anybody have a question? We have some more up here, but if anybody else, Mom. Oh, you texted it to me. My mom's question.
Okay.
Has his national team qualified for the Olympics? And if so, what does that training process look like for you while you're here?
Good question.
That's a great question. No, we actually haven't qualified for the Olympics just yet. The automatic qualification from, I guess, like the Asia region was Australia from the latest World Cup. But there is a Olympic qualifying tournament this summer. So hopefully I'll be fortunate enough to get invited to that camp to have the ability to offer that team. And then I guess from there they take the top 4 teams to qualify for the Olympics.
Good question. Anybody else? No? Well, there's another question that we have here. I guess you kind of answered this, but who's your favorite player? But we can actually go through. Well, you don't follow those two, but the ones you do follow,
Yep.
I really hope it's not LeBron your all-time favorite. Is LeBron your all-time favorite?
Yeah.
Oh my
What's wrong with
god,
that?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's crazy.
LeBron hater up here.
All right, favorite players. You can go through all of them because you follow the NFL and stuff.
Favorite NFL player? Oh man, I have a lot of favorite NFL players. Probably my top favorite NFL player right now is probably Lamar Jackson. Just him or Patrick Mahomes, just because they're both great quarterbacks. Lamar Jackson, one of a kind. Patrick Mahomes is one of a kind. They're both electric players to watch. So Every time they're playing, I always tune in. MLB, I'll probably have to go with either Aaron Judge or Mike Trout for MLB. NBA, I'd have to go LeBron. Um, and women, I don't really have a favorite NBA player.
You should work on that.
I should.
That's your homework.
It'll be,
Watch more
it'll be 7-0
WNBA.
one day.
Oh, the WNBA one day.
Yeah.
If I get the opportunity, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Taine, for the ones you do follow.
Yep. Yeah, like I said, LeBron, and then see Steven Adams. He play now. So followed his whole career. A lot, when he first was drafted. He actually played at Pittsburgh University, so cool fact, he was in the ACC as well. And then WNBA would be, Sabrina. I always pronounce her last name wrong.
Ionescu?
Yes.
Yep, it's a tough one. That's a good one, though. Sabrina's great. NFL, I don't really – I do have a favorite player. Travis Kelce. I mean, him and I know there's a lot of people out there going to hate on me for saying that right now, but Taylor Swift's a queen. And I know that they show her – yeah, I know that they show her a lot when they play, but you can get past it. I promise you can get past it. But I think Travis Kelce's a good player, though. And I think him and Patrick Mahomes are one of the best duos in the NFL.
Oh, for sure.
Stamp for a long time.
Yeah.
So I like them. MLB, my dad's my favorite player, even though he was done before I was born. But you're my favorite player, Dad. NBA, definitely Steph Curry or
you almost said it. You
almost said it. No. Kevin Durant, because I'm a LeBron hater. I'm not gonna lie. I don't. Anyway, Kevin Durant or Steph Curry in the NBA, and then WNBA, Elena Deladon. Already said that, but she's 6'5" and can do everything. I mean, that's untouchable, in my opinion. So that's what I would say. Cool. All right. Are there any other questions?
You slipped up and said the GOAT.
That's not the GOAT. I put Larry Bird before LeBron. Anyways, yes. Toughest places for you to play in the ACC or just in general? In general. You got to play in some pretty cool places too, so that's probably hard.
Yeah, that's super tough. I think, I would have to say UNC and Duke, obviously, some tough places to play just with kind of the arena, and then obviously the fan base is pretty heavy. But I will have to say that my first year when we played at JMU, that was a crazy arena. That was probably one of the loudest arenas that I played in. So, yeah.
Awesome. Good question.
That was for all of us? Okay.
Okay.
And not just anywhere. I'd probably say the toughest place I played is probably BYU. They pack out, and they're loud from start to finish. It doesn't matter what the score is. Everyone is there, and they stayed there the entire time. They actually had it. They had it sold out, packed out an hour before the game even started. Like most stadiums, like fans are drinking in and stuff like that. But yeah, they were probably definitely the loudest stadium I've ever been in.
For me, it's NC State, where their women play. It's a smaller gym, but it's always sold out. And every time we go there, it's one of the loudest places I play. That there and Louisville are the two loudest places I've played in. But NC State, it's a hard place to play with the crowd and the atmosphere that they have. Obviously, it brings a lot of fans from Virginia too, so it's not too far. So I'd say that's probably one of the toughest places. And then when I was at Notre Dame, actually playing at UConn was always tough. They have a crazy atmosphere because that is all women's basketball there. So UConn was definitely a really hard place to play too, I would say. Awesome. All right. Anybody else? We're gonna get into a fun game actually with Taine. That's gonna be really interesting for him. I haven't showed him who's on this list for this. I think it'll be interesting. So any last questions before we move on? The game? Yes. Question in the back. Attention's on you. Spotlight's on you. Oh, sure. Yep, it's up here. I got it. We'll do that for you. It's right here. Cool. All right. If not, you have one more question or are you just hanging out? Okay. Just want to make sure. All right. So the game we're going to play tonight with Taine is start, bench, cut.
Wow.
And it's with all UVA men's basketball players over the last 10-ish years. I guess 10. 10 is probably good. 10, maybe less. And so we're going to do 4 rounds of it. So there's going to be 3 rounds. There's 3 players per round, different UVA basketball players. And he's got to start, bench, and cut in each round. And then the 4th round, we'll take all 3 starters in the first 3 rounds, and he'll come up with an ultimate start, bench, cut with those 3 players. So good luck, Taine. If this ever gets out, they're going to know that you said it.
Feelings.
Oh, it's hitting social media. Don't worry about it. All right.
This is recording.
Yep, Chase, start recording. All right, so round 1, the players we have, you can see it. We have Mamadi Diakite, Malcolm Brogdon, and Joe Harris.
Wow.
Start, bench, cut.
That is very tough. Yeah, first of all, before I say anything, I don't no one take offense to any of these.
It's got to be from the heart.
Yeah, I would probably start Joe Harris, bench Malcolm Brogdon. That doesn't sound right at all. And then somebody that doesn't sound good either. That would be the
All right. All right. So who do we have for round 2, Antonio?
So round 2, we have Ty Jerome, Kyle Guy, and Kihei Clark.
Well, I'm gonna start Kihei because he was my teammate. I guess that. And then that's tough. I would probably bench Ty Jerome. That's how I'm gonna say it as well. And
That's tough,
Kyle
though.
Guy. Yeah.
That's tough. I made this hard for you, so
Yeah,
it's okay.
You said it too. You can't win at this game.
No.
All right. And for round 3, we have Anthony Gill, Jay Huff, and Jack Salt.
I'm starting. That's
that's
my
a-
other Kiwi. Yep. And then probably bench Anthony Gill and
Ooh, Jay.
Yeah.
Jay follows me. This is gonna end up on social media. He's
Wow,
gonna see
yeah.
this for sure.
sorry.
All right. So our overall starters from all 3 rounds, we got Joe Harris, we got Kihei Clark, and we got Jack Salt. So who are you gonna start, bench, cut from those 3 for the ultimate start, bench, cut?
I'm gonna have to start Jack. He's definitely probably the closest with
Yeah.
this group, so I have to go with
Jack
him.
will see this. He'll appreciate that.
Yep. Then I'll probably go with Kihei.
Okay.
Yep, love having Kihei as a teammate. Great dude. And then I would probably
Joe
yeah.
Cut Joe Harris.
Yeah.
Well, at least Joe made it to the final round.
Yep.
I think that's the furthest he's made it with all the other people we did this with. So
Yeah.
awesome. All right. So the final one, starting Jack Salt, benching Kihei Clark, cutting Joe Harris. Good job, Taine. That was hard to do. You did it pretty quickly too. I actually thought it'd take you some time to think about that. So
Yeah.
I'm impressed. All right. And we're not quite done yet, everyone, because we have drawings to do for more free prizes. So we're gonna have Taine determine who wins what because you're gonna be drawing the names out.
Okay.
All right. So first thing we're going to be drawing for is one of the 2 $25 gift card food coupons to Timberwood Tap House. So we have 2 to give away, and the first one we're going to draw for right now.
You can.
Eli. Oh, Eli. Is there an Eli? I think he was sitting in the back to the left. Okay. All right. Okay, we'll draw another one. Terry Bibb. You won. Congrats. All right. All right. While she gets hers, we'll draw for the second $25 food coupon to Timberwood Tap House. Jason Mullins. Congrats.
Yeah. Congrats.
All right. So the next thing we'll draw for is we'll do the $25 Uptown Cheapskate gift card And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's in Charlottesville. It is a place where you can you can sell and buy clothes at. They have a lot of really cool things right now. They actually have a 30% off on Lululemon items going on. So they got some pretty cool going on there right now. And Jimmy Bibb,
Oh, of
that table is hot tonight.
course.
All
That'd
right.
be great if I said I've never been there.
Yeah, I better pull it up.
All right. So the last two things we have to give away are the Brunel Blend Brick Coffees. We have 2 bags to give away. Good luck. Got my face on it, so we're gonna have to look at it all the time. I hope you don't. Hope that's okay with you. All right. Ruby Garofalo. There you go. All right. And for the final one, who's our winner? And Taine, you got to read it this time.
All right, the winner is Selena Gilmore.
Yay!
Let's say
Now,
goodbye
you
tonight.
do need a coffee grinder for this. It's not already grinded. So you will need a coffee grinder for it, just so you. I don't know if you have that or not. Some of my friends don't have those, so you're welcome. Awesome. I think that's all of our giveaways. All right. Well, so that's all we have for you guys tonight. Thank you for those of you who came out for the show. Thank you for coming. Those of you who didn't come here for the show but got to be a part of it, thank you as well. Thank you, Taine, for being on with us tonight, and good luck on your upcoming games.
Thanks for having me.
Exciting. And then thank you to all of the sponsors that have given us a lot to give away. Shout out to Timberwood Tap House for having us here every Monday. We're always happy to be here. Shout out to Roback for sponsoring our trivia for that giveaway. Shout out to Grit Coffee for continuing to help athletes like me out in the community, and Uptown Cheapskate as well. So we'll look forward to next Monday. You can follow Sam's Corner on social media. You can also follow my personal page, Sam Brunel33, for updates on who our guests will be and when the show will be next in the time. So thank you all for being here tonight, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.